Hi, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Brian.
And we are Cruisin with the Colemans.
We are interrupting our Key West to Acadia trip to give you kind of an unfortunate update.
So, as most of you, I hope, know, we travel with cats. And at the beginning of the summer, actually right before we went on our trip, we had lost a cat, probably about 3 days before we left on our trip. And it wasn't the best time necessarily to go looking for someone new, but we kind of made a couple jokes of we'll know the right time and if it happens. And we got to a shelter, and we were down in Tennessee to begin with, and we went to the Union County Humane Society because we found the most gorgeous, playful cat. And we brought him home because we said if we're ever going to get a travel cat, we want to have one when we're going out on an extended trip, and we were going to be gone for just over 2 months. So
you've seen Desi in a bunch of our videos. Desi and Lucy are the catio and out on some of their adventures along with us. And we had a great summer with Desi. Mm-hmm. He loved being on the road with us.
And he absolutely loved all the people that came to visit him. He'd stay in the catio all day long. Anybody who saw us this summer got to know Desi probably better than they got to know anybody else.
And we should probably jump in right now and say that Desi is fine. Nothing has happened to Desi. No. But the transition back home at the end of our trip was rough.
It was rough for all of us getting him back to the Sticks and Bricks house. We thought that he would be okay. We got out every weekend. I think we had like a longer trip. But he went to the window where he could see where the truck was that took him to all these great places. He could see it. He would scratch at the window, and he was not happy being back in our Sticks and Bricks. He really loved being on the road. I cannot say enough how much he loved traveling with us.
I guess a lot like us, Desi just had a lot of wanderlust.
Yeah. So he started doing some things that he shouldn't have been doing. If any of you have had a cat that urinates outside the litter box, Desi was doing that. He was just not being the typical self. We had a few conversations with vets, and his anxiety grew higher and higher, and he was not doing well being at home.
So after several months of dealing with that,
taking all the advice in the world, we talked to the Humane Society. We had 3 different vet opinions, tried everything.
And eventually we made the very difficult decision back in December that we couldn't keep Desi and we needed to find a new home for him. Now, fortunately, the Union County Humane Society, which is just north of Knoxville, Tennessee, has a policy that they do take animals back, and they're a no-kill shelter. So we knew that we could take Desi back to where we got him, and they would do absolutely everything they could to rehome him.
We knew it's a 5-hour drive for us, but we were adamant that we weren't going to just take Desi anywhere because we wanted Desi to have the best possible experience. And a big shout out to Lori at the Humane Society. When I call, she knows my number. We call a lot. She helped us through the whole process. She's the one of the people who gave us advice. And we knew if we were going to take him anywhere, it had to be back there because she actually was Desi's foster mom when he first got to the shelter. So we knew that she would love him as much as we did. And so they did everything that they could possibly do. They had him in isolation. They transitioned him slowly. And if you ever want to find an outstanding Humane Society, go here. They have a cat barn, cat cottage that is a heaven for cats. It's got lots of beds and play area, and it's got, are you ready? A catio, if you will. It's a giant indoor patio. So Desi was right at home. And the good news is
Desi is back up for adoption as of this weekend. So they've done a lot of therapy with him. They've gotten him kind of reacclimated.
His anxiety has gone down.
Yeah. But we know that Desi is a travel cat and he's an adventure cat. So if you are a full-time RVer and you are looking for an animal, or if maybe you're somebody who's on the road a lot and is looking for a cat who would love to travel with you, Desi is the perfect cat for you. Now, they also told us that he is doing really well. He's not had a single incidence of peeing outside of the litter box. So he has maybe even transitioned well to being an at-home cat too.
Yeah, if you have an enclosed patio, that is something he would love. So we're sharing this video not because just we want to tell of you about what's going on with Desi, but there's something that if you're a part-time RVer, or if you have the lifestyle that we have where you're kind of transitioning to different places, you need to know, you need to learn from this example. So Desi was only about 9 weeks old when we got him, and he only knew the foster mom, the Humane Society, and then traveling in an RV with us. We were gone for about 9.5 weeks. And by the time he got back here, he did not like that transition. So if you are one that has a lifestyle that, you know, kind of bounces back and forth, maybe think about having a specific amount of time with your cat or kitten at home before you take them on the road.
So we have put links to the Union County Humane Society down in the description of this video. There's also links to some of our other videos that feature Desi. And of course, you'll be seeing more of Desi coming up as we get through our summer vacation, this trip up the East Coast. But meanwhile, we're gonna get back to it. So we'll see you at our next video.
I will say this is a really tough video for us to make, but it's so important that you take something away. And just so you know, Lucia is still with us, and she's actually becoming a little bit more of herself because that anxiety was impacting her, and we don't want that. So enjoy the adventures on the road. If you want Desi, you know where to find him.